recording for Practical Task 6.1p. This is due to you encountering issues in running my code, which I can't seem to find. Yes, so you want me to show you the 3 transaction types and the printing of the transaction history. And you also encountered like something to do with the quit option not working fine and just displaying the menu for some reason. Yeah, displaying menu options. So we'll go through all that with my code. Here we are. Is it here? So let's run this. Get a while to load through. Okay, now let's start by testing that quit. Quit is 6. Quit's fine. .NET run. Let's run that again. Okay. Now we got. Wait, let's perform an action actually. Let's go transfer 100 to an account Ethan and account bills. Yep, so that comes all there. That execute success true, deposit and all of those are true there. Actually, also the account bills and Ethan actually the default accounts were set up over here in the bill system in the bank system class, just up here. So yep, that adds up right. With 100, that's that. Yep, that is fine there. We've got a bit of transaction history here, which states the transfer happened between these 2 accounts, as well as it occurred this date, this time. Yep. And I wanted to do that, so perform an action, now we can quit. And even when performing an action, then quitting, the quit assumption still works. Okay, now let's go and try out the withdraw, deposit, and transfer cases. Actually, let's add an account so we have a third one to mess around with. Let's add water 2000. Okay, so let's withdraw 250 from account Ethan. There we go. Stamp then. Let's deposit 250 into account water, our new account. There we go, that's from 2000 to 250, that's all correct. And again with the transaction history bit there. Now I do also have all the transaction history come to display when you do the print function as well. So we'll do that just after we try the transfer. So let's transfer 100 from water to bills. There we go. Again with transaction history there. Let's not roll back. Now let's print using for. Okay, go on. There we go. Okay, so print there's all our accounts and our transaction history. I believe there was an issue earlier with something to do with this. Yeah, it only prints one account. Yeah, so that's been fixed on the first resubmission with all of these accounts here. And also that's the transaction history of everything. Now we can also, let's do one again. Let's withdraw 100 from account Ethan. There, yeah, transaction is still there. And we can also go and roll back this one. I just noticed that's form, not from. I can't spell. Okay, yeah, so let's then print. Here we go. Saw the same 3, creates roll back, and it has removed the next withdraw transaction bit here, which was here. It's removed that. So all of this is, so all the transaction stuff we see throughout here is done with our bank method, through our bank method using the execute transaction function, which we have set up in the bank accounts. So that is here. So it will go and accept whichever form slash deposit we kind of have here. So this here is deposit. So that would then be labeled as deposit. this withdrawal, so that would be labeled as withdraw. So that transaction type is then added to a list. I don't know, I'm putting on screen, you can't see my finger. Is added to a list, saved up here, transactions. And at the same time in that function, we also save the time using the timestamp function from our transactions class, which is here. That just gets the time at that instant. Okay, so that again, that all saves in the list up here. No, not that one. This one here saves in the list time. And now we'll call back onto those when we use a function print transaction history. So just below these here we have, here we are, print transaction history here. And we've also set the variable up to transaction history -1. So account -1. So if there's 10 transactions done, it will only print the last transaction out of all of it. Because that is compared to our print function, which starts at 0. So that prints everything that we have in a transaction, so not in the bank system here. So that's I equals 0, keeps repeating this till it ends. If I equals count -1, then of course it's just going to print the last one when it goes through. So this here, when this is run, it converts transaction types which were saved as a string, because you cannot actually work with class types. That's why we have the get type here, so we can actually convert it to use it. And now we go to our if and else statements, which is just if the string which we converted from transaction equals one of these, then it runs that right line code. So if convert equals the transaction, which is just that one, then that line of code equals withdraw, this line of code equals transaction, this line of code. Then it adds 1 to the count, so then does it again. Transfer transaction has it included in here because it prints not only the first one but also the second one. So that plus is 1 to get, so it prints 1 plus is 1 after this one, so that makes I that value, then I again to the next value, so it doesn't repeat a value. Yep. So deposit from the account. Then it gives account history. I didn't mention account history. Account history is the list in here, which is down from when you use our get account function. So right here. So it adds just the name of the account. So every time in our account we run the get account function, which is, I believe, wait, was the get account or the find account? Get account, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we run that in here in the code, just up here. Every time we do a find account, which is for every time we put an input for we can access that certain account. So when we did deposits, down here we entered the account name Ethan, and that found the account. So that's what this is down here. That's just a find set account. So in there, we're adding that account name to a list so we can call upon that later. And that, and when we remove an option using rollback, that account is then removed from that list, same as the transaction is removed from that list as well. So I think that's all you needed me to talk about. The deposit, the transaction history. Make sure to use the add account option. Yep, I did that. Add the account, and as well as use the account in there, which we saw. There's water. There we go, it's in there. Yeah, so I think that's it. I don't know why the code's not working for you, but it seems working fine for me. I guess I'll probably put the new one in with the fixed writing. That was bad on my behalf. with that, but that's very minor, so I might not do that. But yeah, that's the code working fine. Explained enough, I think. Hope that's enough.